Speaking of misbehaving, time now for Consumer Confidential with KTLA 5's David Lazarus.
Yes, he is here to talk a little bit of home prices. What's going on with those?
Exactly. Well, the sun is still shining on the housing market, but not quite as bright as it was. That's the takeaway here. Basically, according to the new S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Index, that's a mouthful, home prices are now starting to decelerate. So they're still going up, but not as much as they were. In fact, the deceleration that we're talking about is the largest as of July in the history of this housing index, and that's a really strong indication that the housing market is cooling off. Again, not turning around, but at least cooling off, and that might make homes more accessible to more people, which would be a good thing. Overall, the July increases were still up 15.8% on average nationwide, so that's still a big jump, but that compares with a roughly 18% increase the month before. So it's that slowdown from 18% to almost 16%. That's the story here, because that slowdown makes possibly home prices becoming more affordable, more accessible. Let's hope, because the other thing working against that would be rising mortgage rates, which is also serving to keep many first-time home buyers out of the market. Also, as with all things real estate, location is everything. So if you're looking for Tampa or Miami, Glenn's old stomping ground, you'd want to be careful because home prices are rising there by about 30%. Here in California, we're seeing a slowdown all the way from San Francisco to San Diego in home prices, but still you can see increases of close to 20% on an annual basis as of July. So we're not out of the woods yet, but moving in the right direction.
All right, two major companies teaming up to build EV charging stations around the U.S. They should build the grid, though, more than the
grid would be helpful,
stations.
but what's really interesting about this story are the two companies that are partnering. On the one hand, Hertz, the rental car company. Now, they've already said they want to purchase about 340,000 electric vehicles for their rental fleet, so building out a nationwide charging network, that makes a lot of sense. But who are they partnering with? BP, the oil giant. Wait a minute, what is BP doing in the electric vehicle charging business? You would think that kind of runs against their business plan, but when I looked closer, it turns out that BP has an entire division called BP Pulse that is in the electric vehicle charging business, and they've already been working with Hertz to build out charging stations at their 25 busiest airport locations, so expanding that on a national basis just makes sense. All right, that's really interesting. And I think the most interesting thing about this is the fact that an oil giant would be involved. I'll have to look into how Exxon, Chevron, how those guys are looking at this. But if the oil companies are recognizing that, well, maybe not an end to fossil fuels, but growth in the renewable category, that's a good thing, and it should be encouraged.
And let's talk about McDonald's Happy Meals. Now there's a box for adults.
Yup,
right?
I didn't even see that one coming because it seems
Well,
to go.
we do all want to be happy.
Well, we do want to be happy, but this kind of goes against the Happy Meal gestalt, which is, hey, they're for kids and we're going to bribe them with toys. So the idea that there's going to be Happy Meals with toys for grown-ups, what's going on there? Mickey D's is pretty straightforward about it. They see it as a nostalgia play. They see grown-ups as thinking, well, Happy Meals, those bring back good memories, even having the little toy inside, kind of like a Cracker Jack box. So let's make them for grown-ups. Here's what you're looking at, though. This is being done in conjunction with Cactus Plant Flea Market, which hipsters know is a fairly cool streetwise brand that has been popularized by the likes of Kanye West and Pharrell. And you can see from the pictures of the little figurines that we saw, it's the classic characters, including Grimace, Hamburglar. But when you look closer, look at that, 4 eyes on the different characters. Not quite sure what to make of that, but Cactus Plant clearly has some cachet. In fact, their hoodies can sell for up to $1,000. Glenn has 2 of them. And this is obviously something that Mickey D's is hoping is going to bring in new business, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're going to give a character 4 eyes, at least put 2 of them in the back of his head.
Or at least some glasses, because otherwise they're not going to see. Trust me.
All right.